old time machine here.
Yeah, indeed. Welcome, everybody. We are tuned in again
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
for another episode of the Sip Talk podcast. I got a special guest in the building, one of the Oxford A finest, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Candyman himself, man. What it do, my brother?
Man, what it do, brother? Good to be here.
Yes, sir, man. When I saw you at the store the other day, man, I said I gotta get the interview, man. My boy said it'd be my pleasure, man. I said,
Man, no. I said it'd be my honor.
Oh, my bad.
It'd be my honor.
my bad. Yeah. Well, we're gonna start it off, man. You gotta check your mental, man. Where you rate yourself from a 1 to 10 right now, man?
I'd say probably about like a 7 to be honest. And I'm gonna tell you why. I say a 7 right about now because I really don't have that push. You feel me? It's like not too many people asking for features, So it's kind of like running the race.
Yeah.
If I don't have any competition, then it's kind of hard to know how fast to run. If that makes any sense.
Oh, that makes plenty of sense, bro. Plenty of sense. I say I probably about a 7 myself, man. Not for those reasons, but just kind of cause I'm just on a little steady pace right now. Life just ain't too high, ain't too low. Just kind of just going. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, man. Before we start, man, I got to ask you. I want to know the story of the cut dog, man. What made you get it, man?
Look, I'm gonna be real. I've owned many cars. I've owned bikes, go-karts. I've never owned a Shout Body Photo Cutlass. I always wanted one. My dog wants to get on camera apparently because she's feeling jealous over there. But, yeah, I always wanted a Cutlass, man. I finally seen the opportunity to get one, and so I did it.
Just went on ahead and
That's
got that.
that's my baby. That's Gigolo, aka not for sale.
AKA not for sale. You know they coming with them prices. You already know it. So what farthest you done rolled in it so far?
I probably say when we went to the car show at Landers down in South Haven. I take it to Tupelo. We be at the track in Hot Springs damn near every other Sunday. So I mean, she rides like a 2022. I tell you, no lie, no lie.
Man. Hey, whew, man, that's why I need to give me an old school, man. Every time I try to find one, I can't when I get the money for it, but then when I don't, all of them for sale then.
That's how it be.
All right, well, we're going to do this thing, man. You're going to be the first person I started with, man. Before we get into the serious stuff, I'm going to do this thing called Rapid Questions. Well, we're going to do Rapid Fire. But before we do that, I'm going to ask you, since we were just talking about music, I might as well go ahead and ask you now. Give me your Mount Rushmore, your top 4 artists, man. Your top 4 rap artists.
Of all time?
For all time on your list.
All right.
According to you.
According to me.
Yeah.
According to me, the first is Eminem. Mine is unmatchable. You know what I'm saying? Second is Wayne. This one's gonna shock everybody. Third one is Player Fly. He has a lot of influence in the music that I do and did. And fourth, believe it or not, of all time, is Crazy J. Crazy J is a huge inspiration to me. Everything from the voice to the lyrics. It's always been something about Crazy. Like, I always held him up there with everybody else. I knew his voice when he first came on. He always brought the intensity in. I think a lot of people tend to look over the diamond in the rough, the gem that's closest to him, because all the mainstream people have so much push behind them that they overlook. So I know that Player Fly and that Crazy J is probably gonna surprise a lot of people, but that's who I listen to on a daily and was very influential.
Bro, that is hard, man. That's like the first time I heard it was somebody pick somebody out their city to put on a top Mount Rushmore, man. That is hard, bro. That speaks volume, man. Shout out to Crazy J, man. I hope you tune in and listen to this, man, because it's right.
Hey, he is the hit maker.
Hey, this caught me off guard big time, man. All right, let's get into these questions now, man. I'm gonna ask them to you. You just answer them, and you might can tell a little bit about it, but we're gonna kind of keep it moving on the questions. All right. First off, I'm gonna ask, you a basketball person?
Somewhat.
Okay, so this will be up. All right, Jordan, LeBron, who you taking?
Jordan.
Why you taking Jordan?
Because Jordan is the greatest of all time. All time. I mean, the true GOAT. I mean, Jordan can create shots. Bron can't.
Ooh.
Jordan is a defensive player.
Ooh.
Bron's not. When you talk about greatest player, he has to be an all-around player. Not just a scorer, not just a bulldog. Can he rebound? Can he guard? What good can he really do? Do you have to join a team to be great, or can you make people around you great? Is the question.
Oh, okay. All right. I hear you, man. All right, well, this might be out. I'm going to ask you anyway, though. So, if you had the opportunity to get you an old school, straight off the lot, let's say you back in 83 and you see 83 Oldsmobile. I'm just saying the regular year, but would you rather get an old school off the lot, brand new, somebody give it to you, or somebody give you a 2022 car that's your favorite?
Old school.
You rather take an old school?
Value.
I ain't even asked all that part. It's about the value, though.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Yeah, you right. All right, going to the hottest club in the city or throwing the biggest house party?
Really? Hottest club in the city, because I don't trust too many people in my shit.
That's a good point. That's a good point. All right. 850 credit score for life, or a one-time payment of $1 million transferred to your bank account?
Hey. Smart decision would be an 850 credit score, because you can always do a lot with credit.
Yeah.
A lot more with credit than you can with cash money. But I'm going to say I take the $1 million in cash because I know what I can do with it.
Oh.
Just saying.
You know how to flip it. You know how to make it work for you. Huh?
I'm just saying I would invest it smartly, wisely. And the credit score is good, but if the cash is there, that leads to assets. When you have assets, you really don't need a credit score. Secret.
Now here you putting y'all up on some game. Hey, but listen. All right, my last question on the rapid. Would you rather have a woman that's a go-getter making their own money, but she can't cook, she don't know how to clean, she don't take care of you at all, she just know how to bring the bacon home? Or would you rather have a woman that every time you come home, house clean, your clothes done, she give you sex whenever you want it, and just take care of all your needs?
I'd rather have a go-getter, because she got to be a reflection of me. I'm a grown-ass man. I survived this long feeding myself. I'm not a nasty person, so the crib ain't going to get too fucked up.
Okay.
I need you to get that iron.
You need to go get that iron.
Yeah.
So you don't believe in no letting no woman just sit at the house and take care of nothing like that?
Nah, she fought for them equal rights. She going to equal me.
We gonna equal together, huh?
I'm just trying to say, hey, if we gonna be a power couple, we gotta bring the power.
Yeah, right. You sure right.
Money is power.
Yes, sir. You know what to say, man. All right, Caddy, man. We're gonna take it back to the beginning, my bro. I want to know, how was it growing up, man? How was your life? How was your household?
I was abused as a child. My father abused me. Now, when I say that, I don't mean in all the wrong ways. He made me a tough person. I didn't understand what all he was doing growing up, but as a man now, I truly do understand. But I did have my mother and my father. I was fortunate. We left Oxford when I was 3. I was raised in San Jose, California, so I have a diverse background. So, you know, my life was pretty good. I can't lie to you.
Hey, I did not know that y'all used to stay in California. I think I kind of somewhat heard. I think I remember seeing a video with y'all being down. I think y'all was talking about how y'all was from there and stuff like that. But I kind of didn't put it together though.
Yeah, both my brother. Shout out to Sexy Black E, Sheesh Miller, and Jay Guap. You know, they were born in Cali. My brother was born in Cali. I was born here, We left when I was 3, and we came back when I was 14. So my brothers were born in Cali.
How many siblings do you have in total?
8.
So it's 8 of y'all.
It's 8 of us.
And you the oldest?
No, I'm the 3rd oldest. My older brother and sister stay in Chicago.
Okay. That's new to me. I didn't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we talking about growing up, now you transitioning into being a dad. So what did you pull from growing up and how your parents raised you and everything? So how did you incorporate any of those values and stuff that they instilled in you into your kids?
Yes. I instilled a lot of it. Like I say, mom was the loving type. Work, cook, do the damn thing, and my dad was the go-getter. Work, bring home the bacon. So with my mom, I learned unconditional love. You know, the love for someone not only when they're doing good, but when they fucking up doing bad.
Yeah.
However, with my father, I learned tough love. My dad would always say, "Won't no woman love you like your mother and your grandmother." So I was taught to believe that. And I need y'all to understand this. I tell my kids, it's not my job to love you. And I know it's going to shock a lot of people, but it's not my job to love my kids. It's my job to teach my kids how to survive without me. Because this is a cold world. You can love your kids to death, but if you don't teach them to survive, where they going?
Wow, man.
Now, I was taught to believe that love, a person who loves you will kill you, but a person who cares about you, a person who cares for you, would never want to see you hurt. So a lot of people out looking for love, don't look for love, look for someone who cares about you.
Look for somebody who cares.
Because a person who loves you, once again, will kill you.
Hey, that's powerful, man. Those are powerful words. Like, take me back to your firstborn, man. When you when she first got into this world, man. Can you go through the emotions that you had as a first time father?
That's my Jayla baby. Jayla is my firstborn, my oldest. I was 23 years old at what I would consider the height of the music. My daughter, and every child that followed her, but my daughter was the first one that made me really sit back and think, do I really want to do music? Because at the time, we were doing shows from Thursday to Saturday. We was Dreamland, we was the local Cubs, we was at Matty B's, and it's like, we was always traveling. I'm in the studio early in the morning. I'm making the beat. Everybody come in, they write into the beat. We recording, I'm editing, and I'm working. So my firstborn, man, the feeling was indescribable. I'd always said what she wouldn't have to worry about, what I'd take care of. So that firstborn, man, that first smile is everything. Is everything. I can't lie to you. The feeling is, I can't describe it to you. I really can't. It's the world.
Yeah, man. I understand that. I felt the same way about mine, man. So, do you treat your girl and your boy different? Like, how do you treat them?
Nah. See, and that's what's crazy. Like, my rules for my boys are the same as for my girls. You know, because I'm a believer that if you hold the girls too tight, once they gain freedom,
they run wild.
They wild. Yes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta. My job as a parent was to instill values. The older they get, I have to let them make the decisions. See, that's that unconditional part.
Yeah.
You're gonna fall, and I'm gonna allow you to fall, but I'm gonna be there to help you up. I can't live your life for you.
True there.
So all my kids are treated equal. I expect them to make decisions. It might not always be the right decision, might not be the best decision, but I'm gonna let you make it and learn from it. Because what don't kill you make you stronger, and I'm a firm believer of that.
Oh wow, man. And now you talking about your kids and how close you are. You know, the recent school shootings and all that's going on, man. How does that make you feel about the security of them? Like, do you ever just worry about them being in school and stuff now? Or just being out, period, because, stuff like that can happen anywhere.
Oh, yeah, I'm always worried about my kids. And, in a place like the schools, you really can't even tell your kids, like, it's where you're at or the crowd you're around, because when you're at school, you're at a place you're supposed to be at.
Yeah.
So, it's a tough one, but you know, truth be told, there's always been guns in schools in America. You know, I went to school with a few people who brought guns, but it was a different time. People weren't trying to be social media famous or famous through negativity in that light, you know. And I just think that for the people who do shit like that, they don't need a lifetime sentence. They don't even need to go to jail. No. See, them the type of motherfuckers you put in the middle of town, and you take one of them big ass dumpsters, you fill it with good size. I'm talking about like maybe a golf ball size stone. If I have a long fucking day at work and I'm pissed off, I should be able to stone your ass. As long as my arm can throw, until you damn die, you should hang there and be stoned. I'm just saying, it is what it is.
For people doing stuff like that, man, taking innocent lives and stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
I really can't feel sorry for them when you say that.
I can't. So I believe if they knew that the penalty was a slow death.
Yeah.
And no highlights. Ain't nothing pretty about what we gonna do to you.
But you know, most of them cowards, man, because when they do stuff like that, what you think they do? They take themselves out before the police get to them after they've been and done what they done.
Right.
That's just a coward way to go out and doing stuff after you take innocent lives and you take your own life, so you ain't gotta suffer about it.
Especially with the kids. Kids is off limits. Always. Yes. Candy love the kids. Always have.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's kid.
Man. For sure. All right, Candy, man, we're gonna transition into like your circle. You don't really look like the type that really hang out with a lot of people, man, but I want to know who are some people in your inner circle, man, that, you know, kind of keep you motivated or keep you on your toes, or, you know, get on to you when you're, you know, tell you that advice that you may not necessarily want to hear, but they're gonna give it to you like the real. Who are some guys like that, or people?
Well, really, I don't hang, you know, man, my family. My little brother Guap, that's my mini me. You know what I'm saying? that's my evil twin. He's gonna be the first one to mention anything about how I move, because I'm gonna be the first one to mention it to him. Pops, man, me and my pops are very close.
Yeah.
So if ever I get beside myself, he's gonna check me in a quick, fast, and hurry. And, you know, no matter how old I get, I got much respect for that man. So, you know. My brother Green, you know, he's the intellect. Me and my brother Green, we always bounce ideas and thought processes off each other. You know, if you're the smartest person in your circle, you need to find a new circle. So everybody that I mentioned has a strong point that I admire as much as they admire me. You know, it's not one person. Like you say, it's a collective group.
Yeah.
And those are the people that basically, and my brother Elliot, you know, me and Solo, we have great convos, you know. It's just a lot of the time people think that they're coming to me for good advice, and which I guess I give good advice, you know. It's really about listening. I can't make your life decisions for you, but they don't know that I watch them as well. I try to lead by example and do right, but I'm not perfect. But I can see where, put it to you like this, a smart person learns from their mistakes. A wise person learns from others. So I pay attention to how a lot of people move and just don't move that way.
I like that,
if that
man.
makes sense.
That makes plenty of sense. You say a smart person learns from their mistakes. A wise person learns from other mistakes.
Right.
Like that. That come out your book. You quoting? Or that's you?
That's me. That's Candyman 101.
Candyman 101. If y'all still there, I'm going to take you to court. I want to talk a little bit more about your pops, man, because I know y'all close, man. I love it. I ain't gonna lie, man. When I go to the grocery store and I see y'all together, man, just side by side, just chilling, bro. I'm gonna say it in a good way. I envy that, but I'm not saying it in a bad way, because I wish I had that growing up, man. I wish I could stand beside my dad and be like, hey, man, you know, who I look like? Do I look like my pops? I look like my mama? You know, stuff like that. And, you know, I love y'all bond that y'all have, man. It's pretty cool seeing that, man.
Right.
So how did y'all get that close, like, over the years? Y'all had y'all classes and stuff. How did y'all kind of stay on the, you know?
Man, you know, it's kind of like how I teach my kids. I get it from my pops. When I was little, my dad believed that I belonged with him. I would sit on what he called the pimp stick, the armrest in the car.
It's called the pimp stick.
The pimp stick. I was the little pimp, so it was the pimp stick. You know what I'm saying? I would always be with him and my uncle. You know, I wouldn't be around the women and the females. He would always, boy, come on, you going with me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think just growing up like that and being under him all the time, and that's what just created that bond. Because everything that he would do, we would do. When we moved to Cali, when he would go to the park, and you know, we stayed in the Crip neighborhood, and the Crips would let him know, you know, we'll watch him. So the Crips would watch me when I played on the playground. So Pop got to play basketball. You know, in the city, it's a lot different when you move. So we was able to go to the malls and the batting cages and the go-karts and all that shit. You know, I was kind of like an only child for about roughly 8 or 9 years before E was born. So it was always me and him.
Yeah. So that's how y'all stayed kind of
No
close.
secrets, you know what I'm saying? Look, here's a tip. I raised my kids the same way. There is no Santa Claus. There is no Easter Bunny. There is no Tooth Fairy. That's how my dad raised me, and I can respect them for it, because where a lot of people got to understand is, if you have a child who's an intellect, if you don't want them to lie to you, don't lie to them.
Man, say that again, bro, for real.
No fairy tales. My dad always kept it straight up. He let me know life was going to be hard. He let me know that being good or great at certain things will put a target on your back. You'll be the milestone. You'll be what they're shooting at. And so it helped me to digest and live life, understanding that a man can live with no friends, but yet a man cannot survive with everybody as an enemy. You know, I'm a book of sayings. That's how I live my life.
All right, pull out the book of saying, man. Tell me your best saying that you learned over the years.
My best saying is...
Yeah, something that impacts you the most, a saying that personifies Candyman.
Exactly what I said earlier, what I came up with when I was younger. You know, a person who loves you will kill you, but a person who cares about you will never want to see you hurt. That's what I live by. I don't look for those who love me. I look for those who care about me.
Okay. All right, Candyman, I like that, man. Now, man, let's talk about our people, man, because I like to get your ideas on this, man. How can we, let me see how to put this. How can we come up as a people? Like, how can we get to the point to where we stop holding each other back, stop downing each other, you know, and start kind of just uplifting is where people can kind of join together, you know, create a force. We're a force, man, if we learn how to utilize our power together instead of using it to a negative force. You know what I'm saying?
Stop hating. Period. Stop training the mind to believe that, like me saying it'd be an honor to be on your podcast.
Yeah.
The next to say I'm dick riding. See, that's the problem with the community and how we live our life. A lot of people don't live real life. They live a fake life through Facebook or through media, which teaches them how to move and what to do. If a lot more of my people studied Afro history, and this is what's crazy, if you study Afro history, it will actually bring you closer to your people, because you'll see what we accomplished together, you know. But a lot of people know U.S. history, which is not so true.
Yeah, exactly.
For those who know. But if they study Afro history and study where they come from and understand that we all we got in the end, you know what I'm saying? Like how one brother can tell another brother that no one knows what it's like to be a black man in America besides a black man. True facts, true statement.
100%.
But then you turn right around and you shoot that next black man down, you know what I'm saying? You talk bad about him, you hate when he's doing good, you know, like I don't get that part about this crab in the bucket effect. And to be honest, until people retrain their mind, folks retrain their mind, it's not gonna happen. But it's systematic. When you understand that you were put in the ghetto and the poverty to make you do these things, like I say, if you study your history and you learn about what position you were put in, you'll learn how to move. One thing I can say about me is I've networked or tried to network with damn near everybody in my surroundings. Can't nobody say I did them dirty or did them wrong.
Yeah.
Treat others how you want to be treated. Have respect for all. My dad always told me respect a man as a man first before anything. Before his sexuality, before what he claims, before where he grew up at, before what color he is. I respect everybody in whole. And I will always do that until I am disrespected. Then, you know, hey, that bridge is burnt. I ain't gonna deal.
Well, if I ain't had to hold this mic, I give you a standing ovation right now, man. Some of the realest stuff I didn't heard in a long time, bro. I want to know, how did you first get into music, man? What made you get into music, doing music?
My dad.
Your dad?
Man, I grew up in a musical household. My dad's been singing since before I was damn born. You know, growing up with a piano in the house, microphones, watching him record with his band and his guys, you know, it made me want to do it. But ironically, bad as I wanted to do it, I wanted to sing.
You wanted to be a singer?
I never wanted to rap. I wanted to sing, but I don't have the voice. I can write and I can compose the melody, but I can't sing. I actually wrote poetry, and people started reading my poems when I moved down here and thought they were raps. So they were like, "You can rap," and I was like, "Eh." And so I started spitting my poems to beats, and I found out that's what the hell rap was.
That's what rap is. The whole time you been rapping, and you know.
The whole time I ain't even know it.
So you used to do poetry, man? Never knew that too.
I was a badass kid growing up. Shout out to my aunt Cynthia, and I did call her my aunt, not my aunt Cynthia, because my aunt Cynthia, every time I would get in trouble, she would make me copy the dictionary. I started with A, and I was bad enough, believe it or not, to work my way through that thing.
Ooh-wee.
And once I got through with the dictionary, Mr. Penno, I give him credit, he moved me to the thesaurus. The dictionary made me good at rap. The thesaurus made me a cold lyricist. For those of y'all who don't know, dictionary and thesaurus, the combination is a killer.
Oh man, wow. So Candy Man, when you leave this earth, bro, how do you want to be remembered, man? What are they gonna say about you at your funeral? What do you hope that they say? What do you hope that they think of you?
To be honest, if the truth was told, I was a caring person. I was never a rude person. I always had time for everybody. You know, I was always a giving type of person. I give anybody a chance out of respect. I give you a chance. And I would hope that that would be what is recited. But then again, of what I know about people, I probably wouldn't trust too many to speak at my funeral, because it's crazy. It ain't about what they say at your funeral. What do they say when you're alive?
Ooh.
You know, you'd hate to be the one that they discussed in a negative manner while you was living, but they had all the great things to say about you when you died. See, that's the type of stuff and the shit that I don't want to happen. Cause so many people are raw with their tongue, and then they try to wait till you die to speak all this great stuff about you. But how would that truly made you feel when you knew that these were the same people that had negative things to say about you when you were living? So to be honest, hey, here's a heads up. Won't nobody be speaking at my funeral. I got a DVD that'll be playing. I'm the only one talking after my death. Like it, love it, or hate it.
Man, I appreciate you, man, for joining this podcast, man. I really enjoyed this episode. It's very insightful, man. Hey, I want y'all to check it out, man. Show this man some love, man. Get this man his flowers while he here. Like you say, don't speak at his funeral saying all type of stuff positive about him when you could have told him to his face. All right. Another episode of Sip Talk Podcast, man. Y'all stay tuned.
We at.
All right, man.
All right, brother. Appreciate you having me.